Side line up, feet together, sensei knee right.
Okay, so let's just do some punches that are going to slide in. Yeah, you ready? Eight, 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 eight. Okay, good. Other side. Ready? Eight, 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 eight. All right, good. So always looking out, just step over. Ready? And go. Eight, 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 more, eight. All right, good. Next one, the mic in now. Just slide in. Good job. Ready? Eight, 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 eight. All right, so next one, the mic in. Yeah, okay. No, eight. 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 So we're doing the Maiken Gyakuzuki. Okay. The 1 and 2. Right? Ready? Go. Eight. Good. Again. Eight. Okay. So on the first one, don't punch down here. Punch, shoulder height on both of them. Ready? Eight. 1 and 2. Good. Eight. A couple more. Eight. All right, looking good. Okay, just loosen the arms a little. Okay, so just a little exercise. Stand in yoi and keep your hands against your side like this. Now you're just gonna lean. As you lean, you see how this hand comes up, right? And lean the other way, the other hand comes up. Like you're reaching down on one side, the other hand automatically comes up. Good. Just do that a few times, just kind of stretch out. Yeah. Good. So don't let this arm, don't pick the arm up. See, my arm is straight the whole time. I'm not bending the elbow, right? This way and this way. Yeah. All right, good. So now imagine you're inside a barrel, right? Like a wooden barrel or some kind of barrel. And you got your arms in like this, and the barrel's around you, so you can't move your arms. Your arms are there. You're standing like this. Now you want to be able to pull your arm out of the barrel, but you can't because the barrel is holding you. So you have to lean over and then pull the arm out. All right? So think like that. You're going to lean over, pull the arm out, and punch. Okay? Now you're going to do the same on the other side. Lean the other way, pull the arm out, and punch. You're going to do this every time. This way. Yeah. So the trick is not to, don't pick up your arm, use your body to pick the arm up this way. Just like, the exercise, the self-defense where someone grabs your arms from behind. First thing you pull, then you relax one arm and you lean. You try to pull your arm, it gets stuck. You lean, and then your elbow comes above where they're gripping you, and you can pull your arm out, right? That's what you're doing on the barrel, same thing. So keep doing that, keep doing the punches like that. Good. Okay, so now as you punch, you're going to start to lean. So watch, I go this way, and stay in that lean position. Don't straighten up, right? So I'm leaning as I punch, right? And then I'm leaning as I punch. So this way each time, yeah. So lean as far as you can. It's okay. Just don't let your head go down. Keep your head up as much as you can. So you're not like this. You're like this. This way, right? But my head tries to stay vertical. Yeah. Keep going. Good. Good. Now, one thing to remember, the barrel doesn't let you move, so you can't. I don't want you to do this. See my hips going side to side? I don't want the hips to move. I move. The hips don't move right now. Just keep them where they are. Yeah, they might move very slightly, but try not to make them move. Right. All right. So take a fighting stance. Let your arms hang. So I want to punch. I'm going to do the Mai King Yakuzuki. This 1, 2 motion, right? But watch what I do first. As I step, I lean. Then when my back foot comes up, I punch. Which means I lean on the other side. Then when I step again, I lean the other way and punch, right? So watch. From here, I go like this. 1, 2, 3. All right? So what I'm ending up doing is I'm using my core a lot. All the muscles, my abs, your obliques, and these 2 big muscles down here, these big erectus muscles that run alongside the spine. Those are big muscles. So we're trying to use that to generate power, right? So by leaning, I'm getting ready for this punch. Then when I bring my back foot up, I punch. Bang! So I lean the other way, right? And now when I do the next one, I'm going to lean the other way again. And boom. Okay, right? So keep doing that. Get used to that motion. The big exaggerated motion. So the first one, say I'm going to do opposite stance, right? The first one, when I step on the front foot, I lean this way, all right? Then when my back foot comes up, I lean the other way. And then I lean that way again. Yeah. Yeah. And eventually what happens when I'm here, instead of making this big motion, eventually it just happens very subtle. So it's still happening, but it's not so obvious, right? But make it big. And it's like I'm ducking. Someone's punching me and I'm going to duck. Bang, so their punch goes past my head. So it's actually, you know, it can be effective for fighting too. It's just that it's teaching you how to use those muscles. I mean, going on opposite. See, if I'm leaning this way, I don't want to be punching with this side. I want to punch with the high side. Yeah, punch with the high side. Okay, not the low side. That's it, McKenna. Looking good. Good. So start off is actually 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Right? 1, 2, 3. You make 3 drops of your shoulder. Like a big penguin, right? You see penguins when they walk? Well, penguins don't have a waist, so they're like a balloon. Everything's, so when they walk like this. Right? So it's that motion, except that, like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one, yeah. Good. Yana, that was a nice one. That's it, McKenna. Good. Nice, Jake. That's good. Yeah. Okay, Gavin's got it. Good. All right. You guys are looking pretty good. Now be careful of this. I don't know if you can see my shoulder, but watch. Don't go like this. Yeah, don't do this. See, I'm sideways here. I don't want to be like this. I need to be square. So go 1, my chest is square, right? And 2, I'm still square. I didn't turn. I'm still there. Pushing the other side forward, right? And then when I punch this one, my chest is still square. I'm not doing this. All right? Keep going. Do some impact with this. It'll give you a nice, strong impact. Yeah. Good. Good. So the hand has to come like this, right? Each time. They're like a cowboy, right? He's got his gun here, you lift it up and this way, lift it. Pull it out and punch. So you're pulling it this way, and the hand comes to here. Don't do this. You don't want to go like this. To here, they go, whoop. This is no good. It has to come this way. Like a swing motion. Yeah. Try a few more times. It's once you get used to this feeling. Okay. Good, good, good. It's a big motion right now, but it's okay. Let your body understand it. Make it big so you can understand it. So in Shukokai, in Kimura Shukokai, we don't rotate. Okay, we don't get the power by rotating. You can get power this way, but you tend to have big gaps. And you tend to over twist. Because you're rotating, you tend to go too far, and you lose the opposite side, right? So we get the power by doing this and by doing this, like the wave, right? The combination of the two. And then also we have the torque of the gears. Okay? What happens is we take up the slack, but we don't rotate into the punch. Now you can rotate, but like I said, it's like a single shot. You go one, and then the second one has a little delay. Whereas if you don't rotate, there's less of a gap between the two, and you can get just as much power. So I don't want you to think that when you go here, then rotate, because that's a very weak position. Half of your power is going backwards. Okay, so this side is like it anchors. It's like a hinge. Like when you open the door to your house, you open the door doesn't go in. You know, as you pull the door this way, the other side of the door doesn't go in. It stays there. The door pivots around the door frame, right? It doesn't go in. There are doors that do that, but think of it like the hinge is there. It doesn't move. The door swings from the hinge. So if this was the hinge, my body should do this. If it was rotating, it would do this, right? It wouldn't want to do this. So what happens is, even though there's no rotation, this is my anchor. I don't want to go like this and then break that side. If I'm punching with this one, it's the same thing. I don't want to go like this, right? So none of this motion when you punch. But then you're pivoting in the middle and half your power is going back. So let's get the left gear now. Okay, I'll do it this way. So you're going to do the same thing. Pretend you're in the barrel, right? 1, 2, 3, right? So it goes. Eventually, you don't have to move like that. Eventually, it all happens inside the body, hidden. Yeah. So make sure on the second punch, the shoulder is pulling. See, if I lean, it makes it easier to learn. I'm like this. But eventually, I can still be straight. Just pull on that shoulder. Like if you do kata, you can't show this, right? Yeah. That's the time. Looks good. Good. Nice, McKenna, except I feel like you're a little bit backwards. Make sure you keep your crunch, right? Good. Moving nicely now. Another thing too, when you do your punches, for now, bring the punch in a little bit. I don't want to see this because this tends to make people do a little bit like this. So the punch is going like this. Okay? So try to think, these two muscles here are called your pec muscles, right? The pectoralis. There's the major and the minor or something like that, right? Anyway, this muscle, when you tighten it, does that to your arm, right? If you try to squeeze your arms together, these muscles will tighten up. So when you punch, this muscle has to be engaged. It has to tighten up. That's what helps to lock everything together. So if you go like this, you're stretching this side. You're not getting the use of this muscle. So what I want you to do, imagine for now, punching to the center of your body. That's where I like to punch generally anyway, because what it does is it tends to act like a block sometimes for the other person's punch. So when you punch to the center, it tends to deflect the other guy. If the other guy's punching at the same time, you might deflect his punch. So, and this is a part that doesn't move much when a person moves, right? If they're moving, this is kind of staying where it is. So it's much easier to hit that. So think of punching to the center. Here, here, here. Yeah. Good. Try again. Yeah. Same thing, right? Good. McKenna, do the first punch and hold it. Hold it there. Yeah, so you squeeze, squeeze. Feel this muscle tighten, right? Yeah, that's it. That's nice. Sometimes I feel anyway, maybe because it's on the camera and I can't see properly, I feel like you're a little bit open here. You think of like closing a book. I want to close the book this way, right? Yeah.
Sensei, I found that.
What's that?
I found that since we get a lot of leverage, right, from pushing off the floor.
Yeah.
Like you've instructed, when you're punching in the center here, your central knuckles are actually in line with the ball of the toes of the back foot.
Right.
So that's if something pushes against here, that's where it goes right through down and into the floor. If you're out here, you're out of alignment.
Right.
And here, you're
Yeah.
directly in line with the hip bone.
And that's another good point. Yeah. Another good reason. I must be doing it right. Yeah.
Well,
That's right. Yeah.
Much stronger.
Why did you go? The more you're moving away from your back foot, so you end up with a weird stance. Not that you can't learn to connect still. You know, more advanced you get, you can still learn to connect. It's just not the easiest thing to do. Yeah. So yeah, punching here, and keep the stance kind of narrow. You don't want to go too wide on the stance, right? So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So keep everything narrow inside that barrel. A few more times. Keep going, guys. That's it. Yeah. So if you do an oizuki now, just imagine that you're starting this way. Just kind of drop a little bit here, just as a way of starting. So that's like I've done my mic already. See? My hands are here. So it's like I've already done a mic. So when I do a step over punch now, I'm going to come this way, and I'm going to go the other way. Just don't let the hip go out. You got to keep your hips in line here. This way. Right. If you keep doing oizuki here, then you do the other side. The other side. It's like a judo guy throwing somebody. You know, they don't go straight. They go this way. Kind of a feeling. Yeah. Well, you got a sack of potatoes, right? I got a sack of potatoes, and I want to throw it on the floor. I go like this. I go this way. Boom, boom. Yeah, that's the feeling when I punch. Sack of potatoes hitting.
That's pretty convenient. You just happen to have a sack of potatoes in your living room.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
Well, in case I get hungry while I'm teaching, I can make like French fries or something. You guys are looking quite good. Everybody's doing it nicely. Yeah. So watch what happens eventually. I don't want you to start doing this yet. The more advanced technique. See, my body doesn't really know the difference between if I did this or if I did this. Right? I was telling you not to do that before, but for now, see, if I'm standing like this and I go here, or I keep my shoulders in, I do that. The same kind of thing, right? So if I drop my shoulder, it teaches me how to get that position. Like in Basai Dai, those who know Basai Dai, I'm coming this way. Like that. Yeah. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, let's just say I want to do the mic in. I don't have time to go this way when I want to attack somebody. It's just a teaching tool to teach you how to use the muscle. So eventually what happens is, I want to do the technique. Instead of dropping my shoulder where he can see that, plus it takes too long, I push this sideways, this way. I go this way, right? So instead of doing this, I keep this where it is and I push this to the side. Not just to the side, it's forward too. This way, this way. So I get this 1, 2 motion, see? From here. 1, 2. So I'm still doing that motion that you guys were just doing. I'm just making it smaller, and my attention is going to a different place. Instead of thinking shoulder, I'm thinking hip, all right? And eventually you don't even think. It just becomes a habit. It's like when you're walking, you don't think, oh, put this foot in front, no, put this foot in front. You don't think that, right? You do it because you've done it so many times. So that's what we're trying to do with this. We're trying to get that, learn how to do it, and then do lots of repetitions so it becomes instinctive. Okay, so let's go back. I just did that so that we don't leave you halfway, go, well, how am I going to fight like this? We're getting there, okay? We're gonna polish it up and tweak it eventually so it comes that way.
Sure.
But if people can't see what you're doing, they're like, how did you get that power? They're like, where did that come from? You know, everybody thinks the power comes from the arm. It's coming from the ground. Okay. Not that I'm sucking it out of the ground, there's going to be a hole in the ground afterwards, not that kind of thing. It's coming up from the ground. My legs are working all the way, all the muscles from below working all the way up, like dominoes, all falling. Not the last domino off, right? This is the last domino. It's coming from the ground. How do I lean? Well, when I lean, I'm actually pushing. I feel the pressure changing on my feet. So my muscles, my feet, my legs are acting. 1, 2. Okay? So just do a mic in now from here. See, as I do it too, push this forward. Don't go like this. Don't go this way and pull it back. Don't relax it. Keep it there. Because this is your protection hand too. So think 1, 2, right? So going 1, 2. Imagine you're blocking, punching. Go ahead. Now, part of the trick when you're doing this is my other hip. I don't want to do this. Yeah. Drop the shoulder like I was asking, but then the hip went the other way. I need to be still straight, so I need to keep my hip this way more, so I can go this way. So I'm making like an S shape this way, right? So as I'm hitting, I don't want that to go out. That way, I have to keep my weight over my back leg, right? Just try it again. Okay. So check the hip on your right hip when you're doing your left punch. All right, good. That's nice. Like I'm bringing it over the top, hitting down. Yeah. The more muscles you can use when you punch, the stronger it's going to be, right? The more people you can have pushing a car down the road, the easier the car gets to push, right? The more power there is when more people are pushing. So imagine each muscle is like a person. It's pushing your punch out. Yeah. Keep going. Just a few more minutes there. Yeah. Good. That's good. Now, if you just do a mic in without bringing the back foot up, it's the same thing. So, right? You just gotta go 1, 2. That's it. Just. Good. Yep. I have a video that I made, I don't know, 6 months ago, something like that. Well, I think it's called Adding Weight to Your Punch, and it's up on YouTube, and it shows this motion, and I'm hitting the pad, and you can see how with very little effort, it's giving a lot of power to the punch, right? So. And it's with both sides. You're just dropping the opposite shoulder. So it's something that's good for you to go watch, because if you watch stuff like that, it becomes like a mental image. And then while you're doing the technique, sometimes you can start to feel the way that image looks. Right? It's a good way of learning. So you want to feel like that person looks. And your body, you start to absorb the technique that way. That's a very good learning method. Little kids do that when they learn. Nobody teaches them how to do these things. They copy people, right? Up until like 5, 6 years old, they constantly copy them. That's how you learn to walk. That's how you learn to do all this stuff. So if you can try to learn like a little kid, you'll be like a sponge, you know, absorb it. You won't even know how you learned it. So by watching a video over and over and over and over, you start to absorb that. You start to get it, right? Okay, so that's quite nice. Now let's do some kicks. Just like loosen up the legs a little bit. Just front kick now. Ready? Continue on time. Do some mind games. Go ahead. Try both sides. Kick the other side too. So who can kick this way? So I'm a little too tight myself, but imagine I'm hitting with my instep, like a roundhouse kick, except that I'm coming, if this was my foot, I'm coming this way. I'm hitting like this. Okay, so my foot goes like this. All right. So on this one, you have to turn. So you have to, this way. All right. So aiming for your face, yeah. Now the position of the foot, let me see, hold on a second. You're not doing it with pointed toes like this. So you're doing it like this.
What's that?
Like this. Right. So it's like if you were standing on the floor and you rolled your foot onto the pinky. Like a foot sweep. Like when you do a foot sweep. It's the same as a foot sweep, except you're hitting with the other side of the foot. And you come across the body this way. Right? You come in like this. Yeah. So it's like a little snap and you straighten the leg. Yeah, that's it. So the way, see, if I stay square, I can't do it. I have to turn. And then what I have to do is I have to bow. So you can see my body is bowing like this.
What's that?
So that's what happens.
First.
Bow. So this would be like a crescent kick. See, normally a crescent kick would come over. All right? But if you wanted to control it and bring it back again, but let me tell you, it's still very strong this way. You can still knock somebody out with this. Got a heavy snap to it. So instead of going through, you're going and coming back the same way. So it comes up in an arc. Okay. See how high you can kick. Okay, you're going the wrong way. Don't go out. Go in. This way. Yeah, but it has to come back. See, watch. It comes back the same way. Yeah. You bend your knee like this. Like this. Yeah. So the reason I'm saying that is, now if you do a mic, you try to do the same thing. So I'm bowing this way a little bit. Okay. So the hip is going to go this way. Okay. Give it a try. Good, good. Everything nicely. So do a regular front kick, yeah? Let me see. Go ahead. And kick. Do the kick. Go ahead, kick. What's happening? It looks like you're doing this. Are you kicking? Or is it just the camera not picking it up? Try it again. Let me see kick.
That you were doing?
Yeah, do a front kick. Let me see you do the front kick. Yeah, so like that, yeah. Go ahead, do it again. Okay, good, yeah, that's it. So as you do it, you want to try to like bow a little bit. So see how my body makes a curve here?
What's up?
Make a curve. Yeah, it's the same as when we did this kick, see? My body makes a curve this way. See that? So if I do a front kick, I'm going to get the same kind of curve. Maybe not quite as much, but the same kind of curve. So again, just do a front kick, just a normal front kick. But when you kick, you just give like a little extra curve on the side, bow. All right. All right, good. So everybody get fighting stance. So all I want you to do now is just bring this foot up like this. See how I'm pushing my hip that way? Come back again. So I'm going sideways like this. So now my weight's on this leg, see? This one's free. Okay, back again. If I don't do that, when I pick up this leg, I'm going to fall. So I have to put weight on this leg. So I shift it this way. Weight's on this leg. Now from there you can kick. See how there's a bit of a bow here? If I pull my arm back, you see how my body's bowing? I'm pushing this way, there's a bow and kick. Go ahead, try that. Just do it nice and slowly. Yeah. So this hip has to go forward. In order to make me bow, I'm going to kick with my right leg, so watch. In order to make me bow, this hip has to go in front. See how this hip goes in front? That's my kick. I don't want to be kicking like this. I want my hip to go in. All right, yeah. That's it, yeah, much better, good. Okay. So as I kick, I go sideways, but this hip comes in front. This way. And kick. Kick. Go ahead. Good. That's it, Clara, looking good. Hey, Gavin, looking good. Hey, yeah, that's good. Keep going. So McKenna, you're doing it just the timing is a little off. So don't go like this first and then come up. Come up and then do it. You bring your foot up and then do it. Up and then do it. Yeah. So we don't want to like break. We're going to keep everything so nice and tight here. Tight. And this hip is in front and then keep it. That's coming good though. You guys are doing nice. Keep going. Yep. As you do that, you want to elongate the kick now. So, I mean, there's different ways of doing it, but if you can see my foot, the foot comes up at the end of my kick. See that? Watch my front foot. Okay. Like your feet want to come together. Very similar to this one. Keep doing it. Eventually you get it. You know, everybody, when you try something for the first time, it can be a little funny. Yep. Make sure that knee comes up, right? The knee has to come up. All right, good. That's nice. Okay, we'll finish up with some slow motion stuff because I want to strengthen this area, right?
What's that?
Stronger and stronger. So I want you to do a side kick. So you can actually do the step if you want because that gets your foot in the right position. So see my knee comes up this way. It doesn't come up here. My knee comes up here. My body's not in the right position. I have to turn. So I'm here. My toes on the floor, they're pointing that way now, right? So 1, shoulder stays in this position. Don't do that. 2, the knee comes up. And a little bit of a crunch here. And now come around and extend. Then come back again, same way. Back to that position. And back down. That's the speed. Just keep going on the ground there. Yeah, if you can hold it, then the muscles are getting really strong, right? Flex the heel. Pull the heel back more, McKenna. Behind your head more. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it. That's perfect like that. Yeah. Okay. What happens, see, a lot of us, we do this. We got to heel it this way. We need to be more this way. Behind it. This way. Good. Keep the elbow back. Keep your shoulders head high. Pick the head up, right? That's it. Yeah, looking good. Now watch my knee. See, I'm in this position here. The knee is here, right? I don't do this. See my knee going down? That's a scooping one. Not to say that you can't kick like that. Sometimes the guy's hands are in the way. You want to go under. Sometimes you can do that. You can actually swing the kick underneath. That works. But I don't want that to be the only way you can do it because that's the easiest way to do the kick. So I want you to do it the difficult way. That way you can do it anyway, right? So I step. Now look at my knee. The knee is here. Now it stays the same height. See? Hold on a second. So I'm in this position. The knee is here. It stays the same height. All right? Go ahead. Oh yeah, now I'll lift. Let's go.
What's that?
Don't drop the knee, Yana. That's it. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you want to do this, you can do it holding on to something, but holding on makes it a little easier. We can't bring the foot back behind more. Yeah, that's better, yeah. That's it. Okay, you can do a roundhouse kick the same way now. So you can, from fighting stance, you can come around, see the knee bends, come around, the knee stays behind, and can kick and come back. Right? Come around, come back again. Yeah. Remember, the knee stays behind your belly, behind your hips. Okay, so now do one normal speed, regular one, and then do one half speed, slow speed. And then you can try the other leg too, you know. Yeah. That's a nice one, McKenna. Yeah, very good. That's been great. Good, yeah, that's coming nicely. When you do it slowly, you start to see what muscles you use, right? Start to feel them. All right, good. Now with the same thing now, you're going to do front kick. And then from here, back kick. All right, so try to hold the balance. Front kick. And back kick. Yeah, if you can do it slow, you can do it fast anytime. Remember, flex the heel too. Don't point your toes. Flex the heel. Hit with the heel in the back. All right, good. So now's the time to stretch out a little bit. Just stretch the hamstrings and stand up. So where you get the most benefit from your stretching. right, good. So, I don't know. I'm sweating like crazy. I didn't really do anything. Very humid today. Okay, good. So let's finish up. Feet together.
Right. Feet together, line up. Sensei knee right. Usa.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.